Welcome aboard the Teak Rail. As most of you know, a knife is a mariner's most important tool, and today we have the best multi-tool knife. This is the Leatherman Wave, and I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'm going to give you a little demonstration of its features. Now, the Leatherman Wave, the Leatherman tools are the tools of professionals at sea. When I see someone on board a ship using a multi-tool, 9 times out of 10 it's the Leatherman. Why? Because the stainless they use is really good quality stuff. I've had this knife for many years, and there are only a few very small specks of rust, and this has seen some harsh environments. They also have an excellent warranty. If any of the tools on this Leatherman break, you send it in, they replace it for a flat fee, modest cost, and they'll sharpen the tool for you. So that's excellent. What else I like about this particular model is that the knives are outside. So a lot of multi-tools you have to open, and then you got to get your fingernail inside of it and try to open that knife. Even those precious seconds in an emergency, when you have a line wrapped around someone or you have to cut something away quick, those seconds can waste your time. But on this knife, the knife blades are exterior. A thumb will open up the knife. On one side you have a serrated blade, and on the other side you have a traditional pointed flat blade knife. There are a lot of tools inside this knife. You have the needle nose pliers, and you have a lot of other stuff within it, scissors and screwdrivers. But now I'm going to talk about what I don't like. I don't like this knife, and I suggest that you do not purchase one, or if you're going to get one, that this is the last knife that you buy. Why? First of all, this is a heavy knife, right? You're going to feel this on you. A lot of times I have this and it comes in a nice sheath. I'll put it on my belt and then I'll take it off just because it is uncomfortable, right? You also have all of these tools inside. When are you going to use these tools on board a ship? A can opener? Never. A screwdriver? Very rarely. And when you do, it's hard to get the screwdriver into the socket and try to turn this entire thing. So on board a ship, on board my sailboat, I very rarely use all these tools on the inside. I will use the pliers a lot and sometimes the wire cutters, but I don't particularly like them. I also don't like the fact that I wish it was just as serrated. So the few times I have used it, I reach into my pocket and I go to grab the serrated and I actually accidentally grab the flat knife. And this is very dangerous because it's a pointy tip. You don't want to use this on deck. If you accidentally drop this knife, it's going to go right through your boot and it can hurt you. You don't want to use this when it's cold weather and you lose dexterity and you can accidentally cut yourself with this knife. Another thing, there is a new Wave, which we even suggest is better than this Wave, but again, I'm not purchasing the new Wave because I don't particularly like the multi-tools. As we open this up, we see the serrated blade. It's got the nice sheep's foot, which I like. It's going to prevent you from stabbing yourself. If the ship rolls or your boat rolls in a wave, you're not going to accidentally stab yourself with this. And it's got a serrated blade, but the teeth aren't very sharp. All right, the knife is sharp. This is a very sharp knife. If I was to touch it, I would cut myself, but it doesn't have the blade that cuts into rope that you need. So just a good general purpose knife, excellent make. Leatherman makes an excellent product. I love their products, but I don't like multi-tools. This is a heavy knife, and everything works good, but they're not. The needle nose is not as good as a channel lock. The blade is not as good as a Spyderco, and you're missing features like a flashlight, which is very important for those inspections. Get in the dark spaces, check if there's oil in the bilge and stuff like that. I'm going to show you what we use on board ship. This is my go-to kind of 3-tool set that I can get 90% of the things I need done onboard ship with just these 3 tools. And you see, these are the tools I actually use. They've gotten years of hard use. First is the Pelican flashlight. This is waterproof, really strong flashlight that's not going to break, and it's also intrinsically safe. So you can use it in environments with gasoline, and you're not going to cause a spark and explosion. I love this flashlight. Pelican makes some great gear. So I always carry this, because when you're on a ship, if you lose the lights, it's complete and utter darkness. So you always carry a flashlight. The Leatherman does not have a flashlight. So that's one hit against the Leatherman right there. Then I have my Spyderco serrated knife. Let's just compare the serrations on the 2 blades. If you notice right there, the Spyderco has a real sharp serrations. This is going to cut through lines like butter. This one you might have to saw 1 or 2 times. It just doesn't bite into the rope like the Spyderco. And last, like I said on the Leatherman, I use the needle nose pliers a lot, but they're not as strong. They don't have the grip as a good channel lock. This is what I bring on board ship. I have this in my back pocket, and you can really grab onto the bolt. There are times where you need more specialized tools, but this can get a lot of the stuff done. So my suggestion is do not purchase a multi-tool at all. If you're going to get one, get the Leatherman Wave. It's a great knife. Stainless is wonderful. Leatherman's warranty is excellent. I like this knife, but I'd prefer if you got one excellent blade, the Spyderco Atlantic Salt, a flashlight, and a channel lock. This goes right in my back pocket, and when I'm on board ship and my boat as well, this is what I'm carrying with me, not a multi-tool. And we have videos and links to how you can purchase these items on the Teak Rail.